tomorrow against IUPUI, who I think will be a much improved team this year comparative to even last year. You know, Jason Gardner is the head coach there, does a terrific job. Obviously in the Horizon League, you know, they had several guys that are new to their team that either sat out last year that played at this level. So, you know, they got older veteran guards that I would anticipate they're not going to be scared of coming in here to Xavier and playing. So we're going to have our hands full as far as that goes with our guards. They also have great size that we haven't seen yet, you know, to this point in this season. So they'll give us a good test on the glass. And then also, I think that, you know, where they're really good at IUPUI and where they've been really good, you know, throughout Jason Gardner's tenure there is they've created a lot of turnovers. They were 32nd in the country, I believe, in turnover percentage last season. So we have to do a tremendous job of taking care of the ball, you know, right away from the very beginning to set that tone. So we're looking forward to tomorrow, you know, getting things started with our first official game. I know our guys are excited. I'm excited as well to get things going.
Any update on Najee? Is he feeling any better? You think he might go today?
You know, Najee, I would say he's probably not going to practice today. He is definitely feeling better. I'd anticipate him playing tomorrow. But again, it's a little bit, you know, hour to hour and stuff like that, but he definitely is feeling a lot better. Trending in the right direction.
Travis, you talked about after the exhibition, you really want to see better execution from your guys. Is that one of the priorities tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I thought we did much better against Kentucky Wesleyan than we did in our secret scrimmage with our level of execution, whether it was our set plays, whether it was our flow game. I thought we took care of the ball. I thought we got the ball where we wanted to. Now, again, you know, IUPUI is going to be a team that's going to deny. They're going to be much, much more disruptive and try not to allow us to run our offense the way that we want it to run. So, yeah, I think we need to take a big step forward in that area. And, you know, with Q kind of being day-to-day, not knowing kind of what's going on with him, like it's a, you know, it's going to be even that much more important, you know, with Paul running the point, which he does, he can run the point, but just getting those other guys the ball where we need to get the play initiated is going to be really important. So, yes, I'd say execution's a big, big key to tomorrow's game.
Is there any sort of timeline for when you hope to get Q back?
I would say very soon. You know, he's been practicing, albeit, you know, non-contact, but he's been shooting as well, extra, been getting in extra conditioning, just so his wind's right. You know, we want to obviously make sure that we're doing right by Quentin for long term, right, and, you know, for the entire season, not just today. But I do think he's very close to being back, and it's kind of day-to-day monitoring kind of where he's at.
IUPUI has, you know, two guys we talked about that can really shoot it. How do you kind of neutralize them, make sure that they don't get comfortable, especially early on in the game?
Yeah, I think first off, you know, they're a team that wants to play with great pace, and we got to really locate those guys in transition. Cameron Justice and Jalen Manette, who I think are both guys that are capable of making 6 or 7 threes in a game. And I think that's first and foremost is transition. And I'd say secondly is just always having an awareness, whether it's on screens, we're going to chase every screen. That means we're basically going to follow those guys all around the court because they're going to come off a million pin downs and flare screens and back screens to try to get those guys loose to get shots off, and then just being disciplined at them, just as far as being there on the catch every single time with high hands, you know, stuff that we work on every single day in practice to help minimize, you know, their three-point attempts. But they are going to look to hunt shots, and that's going to be probably the biggest key on for the defensive end for us is limiting their threes. Those two guys in particular.
You know, it's been a few months now, probably even longer than that, but, you know, tomorrow night we're going to be playing, as you put it, after the exhibition, you know, real live bullets. So how exciting is that to know that tomorrow night you get to kind of start this thing and get it going?
Yeah, we're excited. You know, I know our players are really excited. You know, I've said this before, but, you know, they're tired of beating up on each other in practice. You know, they want to play against other guys. And it's nice to kind of get into a routine because once you start to get to games, it's almost like you almost have 2 games every single week. And you kind of know what to expect a little bit as far as practice goes. And we try to tighten up practice as well. You know, we try to, you know, go less than 2 hours, about 1 hour and 45 minutes every single day. But our guys are looking forward to obviously getting out there playing. And I just want us to look like we have been in practice. You know, do what we've been doing in practice every single day, play as hard as we possibly can, execute our offensive and defensive system, and the rest will take care of itself.
Do you have any different emotions? First one is the head coach, do you have any different feeling, any emotion that you didn't have in previous years as an assistant?
I don't know, but not really. Like, I know it sounds probably odd, but not really. You know, I'm excited, you know, obviously, but I've been excited every single year you get your opportunity to get out there, whether you're head coach, assistant, GA, whatever position you're in. You know, but I am definitely excited to kind of see how we've continued to improve, see if we could take the next step from Kentucky Wesleyan, continue to grow on both the offensive and defensive ends. But you know, definitely excited more than anything.
How does your routine change going from associate head coach to head coach in terms of, like, you know, in the exhibition, you're not on the court when the guys are shooting around anymore. What are you doing?
It's odd. No, you know, like I usually try to. You know, I have the whole offense kind of game plan, try to map up my day much differently now than I did maybe before when I was an assistant coach, because I was in charge of warm-ups before. And so I would get all those guys workouts before we'd actually start our official warm-up. Now Dante Jackson's doing that for us. And, you know, so honestly, I kind of peek out there a little bit just to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing and doing it the way that I want it to be done. But I trust our staff, obviously, implicitly, and they do a terrific job. But, you know, just try to really, you know, script out, you know, all situations. You know, what are we going to do if we're up by 3 points, you know, with a minute to go and we have the ball full court inbounds, you know. Same thing, flip it the other direction. We're down by 3 and there's 2 seconds left in the game. Like, what are we running? Like, we need to have that plan, everything ordered, and just kind of scripting out all the situations that can happen in the game, Shannon, just to make sure that, again, because our guys will feed off of me as far as, hey, if I'm calm and cool and collected, then they'll be calm, cool, and collected, and that gives those guys confidence.
I'm sure we kind of overblow in our minds, you know, the big coach speech before a team goes on the floor for the first time to start the season. Have you thought about what you'll say to those guys? You know, have you had a chance to do one of those kind of things in front of the group? You know, kind of, you know, remind them what they need to do on the floor, and also whatever a coach does to motivate a team before the game.
Yeah, you know, we've had 2 opportunities with the secret scrimmage and the exhibition. We treated those just like games, just to get our guys in that mindset, you know, just because, so there's no surprises all of a sudden when we get to night 1. I didn't want it to be any different. So, you know, I'm not going to have it scripted. You know, I think every game's different. You obviously always want to give them extra motivation kind of going into a game. But again, just kind of outline it again. What am I looking for during the game? What do we want to execute? What are the keys to the game? Just as a last reminder for those guys. And get those guys energized and hyped up. Usually we'll either tell like a funny story, a motivational story, to try to get them even more ready to play.